Hello everyone and welcome to Demo 2. In this session, I'll walk you through a practical demonstration and combine two essential parts of modern software development. First, we will see how to set up and use Bitbucket version for version controlling. For example, creating a repo, managing branches and pushing code. And then secondly, we will see how to test Spring Boot REST API using Postman, covering various code operations. So before we get started, let's recap what we done in demo number one. So previously in demo number one, we created a Spring Boot application and tested it using a web browser. We learned how to use Spring Initializer, set up the project in HTS4, understand important file like prom.xml and application.properties, and run the app using Maven Spring Boot commands. So in this demo part 1, let's get started by creating a Bitbucket repository. For that, open your Chrome browser, and in Chrome browser search bitbucket.org. After opening the official website, sign in into your account. So we can see our account dashboard here. From this, select Bitbucket. So inside Bitbucket we have various options here like repositories, project, etc. So now we have to create a new repository. Click on create repository. You have to give name to your repository. So I will give demo practice. Include readme, click yes. So you need to name a project. To name a project, create on select project, and below you can see create new project. Click on create new project and name your project. For example, test demo. Test demo practice. After doing that, we can see our repository is being created. So in our repository, we to implement the project workflow, we need to create various branches. So to create branches, go to the branches option, and here we can see we are already have our main development branch. And to create new branch, create on it branch. So first we need to create an integration branch. So basically this branch is used for testing purpose. So create from branch main to integration. After creating this branch, also we have to create the local branch for development purpose. So to click again on create branch from integration to local. So basically we have created two branches and we have three branches: main, integration, and local. So main branch is for our stable final code, integration branch is for testing combined feature, and local branch is for our individual development purpose. So for our individual development we need to clone this local branch into our machine where our uh, Spring Boot project is being created. So let's click on local branch. We can see the option checkout in source tree. So basically the source tree is also a app provided by Bitbucket for the purpose of cloning the branch in our local machine. So you need to first download source tree. After downloading source tree, click on checkout in source tree. This will open an pop-up, click open source tree. So once it's done, uh, it will open the source tree and you will also get this URL action box. So you need to give this path where your Spring Boot project is been saved. So our Spring Boot project is been saved in D drive, demo practice, test demo here. So we need to select this folder and clone our local. So it says the destination the path already exists in not empty folder. So basically it says that to clone this to clone the local branch into our computer we first need to have an empty folder. So for that we just create an empty folder inside this demo practice named repo repository, and then we will clone our local branch into this folder and copy our project file into that folder again. So let's see how we can do that. Open the website Bitbucket, click check on out on source tree, give the destination D drive, demo practice, repo. It should have nothing inside it. Create select folder, clone. So we can see our local branch is successfully cloning in our our folder. So you can open source tree and we can see our local branch is been cloned, but we have nothing here since our project is not present in this file. So what we will do is we'll go to D drive and copy our project and paste it in repo folder. So since we have moved the project to different folder, so we also need to import this into Spring HTS4. So open HTS4 because our HTS4 is currently having that different path uh, of test demo folder. So we need to clone it in the local branch path to use version control Bitbucket. Let's wait until our ID opens. After that, import the project, select file, import existing maven project, browse to the cloned folder. So it's the same version. First delete our previous project, then again select existing maven project, demo practice repo, select. There should be a tick on prom.xml and finish. So our project has been imported. So we have this previous file. Now let's see how to push this files to our repository. So after opening source tree, we can see all our files are been added here. Currently they are unstaged. So to push this currently from our local machine to the Bitbucket repository, we need to click on stage all. So now these are all staged, and to uh, push commit, we have this option here. We can write a message like this is a basic Spring Boot project. So to push to the local, either we can tick this option, so it will do commit and push both, or we can manually do that. So let's tick this option. So once we click commit, it will automatically push our project to the repository. So let's do this. So we have committed and pushed. So we should now be able to see this changes in our online repository. So we will open Bitbucket again. We'll reload the site. As you can see, we have officially pushed our project into online repository. We have this message we have written. This is a basic Spring Boot project. We have the date and time, and we can see our project from here. All the files, all the test demo files, coding files. Can go into commits and see the commits. Currently we have only one commit. So after understanding version controlling, let's move to the second part of the project, performing various operations on REST API. We'll go back to our project and create a new class. Create a new class in the main package. User controller. So in this new class, we will understand various methods such as get, post, put, and delete. So let's write a simple code of get method. So after finishing the first part of this demo, which was creating Bitbucket repository, creating branches, and committing pushing and committing the pushing and committing our code from local bench to the repository. Now we will move towards the second part of this demo. In this second part, we will create various we will write a code and create various APIs and use different methods like get, different HTTP methods like get, post, put and delete, and we will check if they are test them using Postman. So to get started, first we need to create a new class. To create a new class, go to the main package com.example.test.demo, uh, create a new class, and we will name this class user controller. So I will demonstrate the testing using write a code like user controller, like accepting ID, name, etc. So after finishing this class, first I will write a code for get method which will accept the ID number. So let me first start write the code. So we have basically wrote a get mapping REST API code. So in this code, first we have annotated REST controller to tell Spring Boot that this particular class handles HTTP request. Then we annotated REST mapping, which tells Spring Boot that this particular class will use different HTTP methods. Then we use the get method. So get method is basically used for server to client communication. In here we accept the ID through path variable ID. So we need to enter the ID, enter our ID in the URL. So first let's run the code. As we are running the code after modification, we need to first run the command clean package. And after clean package, run the code using spring hyphen boot colon run. So now let's test this code. For that, open the Postman app. So the URL will be http colon slash slash localhost colon our port number 8080 slash user in front of request mapping slash the ID which we have which the URL will accept. So we'll give ID 2004, and let's make sure that it is selected get method, and let's send this. So we have got error. Let's check what it is. In application.properties, so we can see in previous demo, for demonstration purpose I selected the server port 8080. So in Postman we will change our port 8081, and we will run this again. We can see we get user with ID 2004. Now let's move to the next method, the post mapping. So first I will write the code and explain it. So this is the code for post mapping. uh, so in this post we have annotated post mapping, so that will tell Spring Boot that this particular method create user will use post method. So basically post method is a communication between client to server. So basically the client want to send the name, ID and email to the server, so this will do that. So first we will terminate the previous process and run this again, so we will not get error. So after running this, we need to modify the URL. So in the get method, we were accepting data at the URL. So we need to remove this. We need to select the post method, and since it will be a client to server uh, communication, so we need to go to body raw, and we needed to select a JSON. So what is JSON? So JSON stand for JavaScript Object Notation. It is a lightweight format for storing and accessing data between system, especially in web application. Think of it as a like a structured text that easy for both humans and read to machine. So we will write a JSON code here. So it is a simple syntax like this: name, and let's also add email. So in our application, this will basically be the client and this will basically be the server. So we will send this information from client to server using the post method, using this URL. So let's send. As you can see, the information is available in the server. So this is basically the execution of post method. And next we will see the put method. So let's write the put method. So this is basically the put method. We annotate this with @put mapping. So the purpose of the put HTTP method, it is used to update an existing resources. So this put method will update the ID which we have entered 2004. This will accept it at the URL. So we will see how this works. So select the method put, and in the URL we have entered the ID previously 2004. So now I will type here 2005 and send. This is the JSON, let it be the same, and we will send. So I think we forgot to terminate the previous process. So first let's terminate and rerun the application. And let's try again. So we are getting this error again. Let's do clean package and run again with spring-boot run. So let's see now. The method is put, the URL is correct. Okay, so there was basically a error in the code. I forgot to add this curly brackets uh, in id, so it was not giving. So now I've added it. Let's run the put method. Select put. uh, Here give the updated id 2005 and let's send. So you can see user 2005 updated with json. So now let's write the final method, delete method. So this method will basically the delete our id. So let's terminate the process and run again, and let's see. Select method delete, keep this same and send. You can see user with id 2005 deleted. So basically that was all for this demo. I will see you in the next demo.